Vote for youth fair.
This ain't not a kush. No, not a kush. No, not a kush. Oh yeah, yeah, you feel them. What are they on me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die in the street. Oh, me I can feel them. When you they see me brother them in the streets. Yeah, some they link they not. Some lay down a guts at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask, they tell me say na kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left the house, they gonna get so all day they kush. Oh yeah, say not a kush. Me brother don't want before him them. Say not a kush. So they use the old age for youngest. Say not a kush. Youths them just they die. Say not a kush. Sorry we say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. We say that's a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Pop for you to say, is it all?
Fumble them. We fumble them. What's up? How na they do? How the Agba? How the up and down? How so na they do well, eh? How thin they go? How they go na the Republic? Is it the Republic of Ugotaya? The Republic of Unagosoba? The Republic of Make We Manage and So No More? Or waiting? Which republic? Una tell we, bo. Una tell we. Una tell we, because we want for know which republic. The Republic of the Grand Rai. Which one are the republic we una sabi? Come here, I don't know. I don't know at all. So it was just yesterday that the authorities then at the Queen Elizabeth II ports in Sierra Leone say them found 161 carton of tramadol. As a matter of fact, to my estimation, I think that then are the biggest drug where they don't ever find, like in one setting, in a single setting. Na Sierra Leone, na the biggest drug burst or drug where they don't ever find na a container, right? 400, not 100 or 461 cartons of tramadol, right? Where they intercept. And inside the back, them find what's in the money in themselves. If you not get out, help me. Something million. The money where they find, the drug where they find, and the money where they find, the amount was so ridiculous that I am like, wow. Like, it is definitely a wowzer. But, you know, to be honest with you guys, it is getting harder and harder, more difficult for talk about the issues than us alone. Sorry, I seem distracted, but I'm not distracted. I promise you guys. I dey try for, you know, make sure say I follow along. It is getting harder. So you see, I am sorry. more difficult. I have to always make sure say all my device. I suspect say this device has also been there on, and it been the if I left them on, then it go interrupt the show, right? So I really needed to make sure that the volume is completely turned off, so we not go get any frequency like interruption or whatever between devices them. So my phone or tablet or any other computer or gadgets where I get, I can always make sure say the volume they completely on silence, or the volume is completely off. So that's why it would appear as though I seem distracted, but no, I'm not distracted. I'm just making sure that we have a non-interruptive show. But like I've been they say, it is getting harder and harder, honestly, for person for put more inside salon talk. For person, especially if you are living outside of Sierra Leone. Especially if you are living outside of Sierra Leone. And that you they maybe try for help, do one or two na the country. We not get anything for do with politics or whatever. You just try for do your normal as an individual, as a human being, show some form of patriotism or what have you. It's getting really tough to approach these issues. It's getting really tough for continuously they talk about the issues there. So because it's like it almost feels like they throw the Watana dogs back. That's sometimes how it almost feels like they throw Watana dogs back, And because I've been don't announce how long they go for, duty calls. Albert Lance and I make sure say Subri this morning he don't send me text say Matilda no kekwe today. Subri this morning as I wake, so the first person the message was in on my phone Albert Lance and Matilda make sure say you know kekwe today, okay? But not to kekwe at the kekwe, honestly. Kekwe in a way, you have an obligation, you get something for do, but you deliberately find a way out of it. But that has not been my case. My case is I have to put, I have to keep a roof over my head so that the waterway people can go drink where they left na yard then go by under. I don't know what thinking the inside the water we can turn them mold into something. Father forbid. Me, we don't talk now for all the years there, so I am not caught up. That water they self no hold me. And if you don't want that water they for hold you, you have to do everything you can and make sure say the small one way God give you, you respect them, you hold on with it one, you do your due diligence with them, and God self will put him in blessing. So yeah. I had a really good work trip. We thank God. Bring me back safe with all the alala where they go on the world. But yeah, if you remember the money, I think it was $1.something million. Not 100 though. I know for sure say not to be 100. When I find the amount, I go blast them for now. $1.something million on top of the 461 cartons of tramadol. We then found something bad in Anne. I don't forget the guy's name. I watched the interview briefly, and at some point, honestly, you become tired. I watch him like when I can say watch him waka pass. That's literally what I did. I watch him waka pass, and as you notice today, I not even make an issue, a topic. Because how long can you beat at a door? How long can you keep knocking at the same door and no one opens the door or no one acknowledges your presence at the door? That's how I feel. Honestly. I'm sorry that lately when I open the show, I know they open am with me upbeat self, me motivational speeches them and what have you. But just know that Sierra Leone or the issues of Sierra Leone at some point will do that to you. It will do it to you. Right? It is either you surrender or you keep pushing. The truth is, I don't want to surrender because a lot of people don't surrender. A lot of people don't surrender. Boku try, trust me, Boku don't try, they don't try. And at the end of the day, they look ping and like, what, there's one life to live. Let me live it on my own terms instead of continuously banging my head for a country that predates me and that will live on long after I am gone. The salon where we great grandpa they meet, where they don't die go, isn't salon still going? Still a go. And still a nation. When the old grandpa they meet, isn't it still going? When the way we own parents they meet, is it still going? Some of we thank God. Alhamdulillah, right? We thank God that He has spared our life, seen us worthy, to carry us through. But now also as I talk about my classmate, Catherine Nichols, Mrs. Commander, how she was brutally killed. I don't think say Catherine wake up that Sunday morning, they say, my life the empty deal. At all not. But now we speak of her in the past and not in the present. Right? So I beg, Albert Lance and Nadia, I beg, left me circle. Left me circle, there, I beg. I am a very young woman, still very much in my prime, right? Still very, very, very much in my prime. I make I can't told salon while just the kakatu and no man me aid continuously. There are many who have braced this very platform as so at the end of the day, they are living their lives, basking in glory, living on their own terms, right? Doing the things that they want to do. Not because they're not concerned about Salon. It's just that at the end of the day, I'm sure they got to a point as saying, why should I keep talking? Make her save me saliva for something else. And it's disheartening. It's sad. Because at least if you they see some kind of progress, it gives you, if you see like sparkles of light, it give you encouragement for keep going. But when it seems like you're constantly being hammered on, nothing appears or seems to change or whatever, and I just a constant whatever, at some point you begin to question and you begin to ask, is it really worth it? By the way, make an announce, and I am working on something special, something that has nothing to do with Sierra Leone. Because I need a distraction from Sierra Leone. This is something that I was programmed to have started working on 2026 with this, so now not so. So 8 years ago, I had a vision to do something. And I've been putting it on the back pedal, putting it on the back burner, putting it on, but finally I've decided to do it. I think it will bring a lot of joy to people. When they watch it, it will bring a lot of happiness to people when they watch it. It will have nothing to do with Sierra Leone. It will just have to do with life and living life, and that's it. But una thank you, and una kushe for Sidona Yaso again. You know, I know that some of you would say, "Hey, Matilda, if you drop the gun now, if you close the curtain now, then you self where we abo pan, or where they give we small hope, or they enlighten we small, or they create a space for make we all converse together, like I can say, and that is why I don't want to eat my own words. I always say it is better for us to come here and discuss, right, than for the frustrations of our, native land for drive us into something else, right? So maintaining that, something at this time still maybe they keep me going a little bit. Because the bad say, depending on the issue, one person will call with a very frustrated, and you sense the frustration sometimes, very frustrated mind, very frustrated mindset, and you can't really blame them. But at least what is guaranteed is that a space has been given to them to air, to vent out their frustration. And just after that call, they don't done, we then don't done and drink one cup water or one glass ginger beer, it go temper down things, you know. Anywho's, so today at the show, as soon as I don't see, Sierra Leone is in turmoil. Obviously, Sierra Leone is in turmoil. The APC boycotts. Governance boycott continue, not only parliament, but in terms of their involvement writ large in all state activities, right? Some might say nonsense, some might say why, what's the need, what's the point, why create chaos? While others might say, well, if we live in a true democracy, people should have the rights to exercise their franchise. Doesn't mean you have to agree with that franchise. Doesn't mean you have to agree with the manner or way in which they choose to exercise that franchise, but it is their franchise to exercise. Just like me, Nayaso, if me union or me feel say within me union they say, or me feel say within the government they do, I get against the bargaining rules of me union, I get a right for walk out of my job and protest. And no one will hold me responsible for doing that, because that is part of the democratic process. That is part of my rights, right? And so we go need for approach then here, so looking at both coins, not only at one coin. Yeah, obviously when work not they go on well, it disrupts government, it disrupts governance. But when you ask yourself, really, is it really disrupting government and governance? Knowing the salon that you know, knowing what actually and truly happens in Sierra Leone, knowing the way things are actually run in Sierra Leone, you go tend to ask yourself, like, really, what is the real impact? What is has there been a true impact for real? If we want to sit down with ourselves, we want to be honest with ourselves no more. We go really ask ourselves them questions Sunday. Because whether they are there or they are not there, has there been progress for you to say? Has there been changes for you to say that their presence make a difference, or their non-participation makes a difference? Who benefits at the end of the day? They, as an opposition, have they been listened to? Sometimes they back where they talk, we need for be honest with ourselves, with the reality on the ground, right? Because I don't talk and I also say there is prescribed law and there is applied law. Prescribed law and applied law are not the same. They are not the same things, right? There is the application of the law and there is the spirit of the law. Why make you can see two judges them, similar cases them, no difference. One judge go make a ruling where it seems so harsh, and then the another judge go make a ruling where is so lenient, right? Whilst one judge go penalize somebody for something where, no, it's not so punitive, and that if you feel say you put the person at the right path, a corrective path, they will be restored and they will do better. Another judge will look at that same matter and, adjudicate on that matter there and say, you know what? Sorry guys, something happened with my light now. Oh. Okay, it look like say the lights don't baranta small, so make a left hand. It's going to be a bit dark in here because the light will be give me extra. We name one look. I give me small time here. If you not come on, then we'll continue assist. There's something. Okay, we'll continue assist. I will appear a very dark tone. I think I'll appear a bit dark to you guys, but it is what it is. I'll not get time now for stop the show and go fix within the gun. So yeah, we'll just have to work with what we have. Yeah. So like I've been saying, another judge go look at the same matter and decide not for go punitive with it or that punitive with it. Instead, then go prescribe something where rehabilitative. Right? We're rehabilitative, we're restorative, we're redeemable. There was a judge that passed away. I don't forget that judge day in name now, the US. He passed away, was it earlier this year or late last year? I don't forget that judge day in name. That judge, he was known for his very mild corrective sentencing. Does that mean he does not understand the application of the law? He does not understand prescribed, versus applied law? Absolutely, you understand prescribed versus applied law, but he choose for use in good sense system where God can for make sure say he apply the law as the situation presents itself in such a way that it does not further damages or harm, but instead restores, right? Instead restore and then, put the people on a trajectory or a path to productivity. He was a very loved judge. Very loved judge, and there are some few judges like that as well. Now make we talk a little bit about Zainab Sheriff. And I know for say I don't talk about Dande Naya, so I talk about Zainab Sheriff. I talk about the Edwina case. I talk about the Lansana Dumboya case and so on and so forth. In the case of Zainab Sheriff, right now the application, the prescribed, right? The prescribed law is almost looking ridiculous in the eyes of many, right? Because the hey God, the applied law of the prescribed law is not being respected. The prescribed law says 72 hours, you charge the person, and then based on the crime, you give the person bail so long as the person not there at flight risk. But the applied law, where we don't see right now, is that the individual, then two story, then why I don't tell now, so the individual choose for ignore both the prescribed and the applied law because they feel they have the power to do so. And so now then repeated mannerism then also and way of behavior can make some of we at this junction they say we are tired. What is the point of me taking my lovely Saturday evening or pre-evening or late afternoon, wait until for the watch one Netflix series or all one book they read them in 2.5 hours time? I would have done damage to the chapters of a book. But there they can't sit down and also they talk about something way until the powers that be sees it fit. It no matter what I say, it no matter what you say, it no matter how I feel, it no matter what you feel, they will do what they want to do. Make me take a listen.
As the case against Yebu Zainab Sheriff still dey carry on, the defense been open en case today and dem been make a no-case submission as the lead defense counsel, RSV Wright been point out say the charges wey the defendants dey stand trial for invalid. Wright talk say the incitement charge suppose for get clear spell out crime dem as in say for left the offense like that, na im make the count invalid. He also been talk say count 1 no clearly state if na previous or future elections wey people been rig, dem suppose for kill them for. Wright also been talk say for count 2 wey get for do with threatening language, no identify the person wey the threatening language directed to. He say the defendants be only dey equate elections rigging to treason, wey according to Wright na constitutional offense, and he say the other remarks wey the defendants be make in the video na be for prevent people, not for rig elections. As in say the punishment wey the defendant recommend in the video very serious. He also been cite case law dem for draw the magistrate attention to the various things they were mentioned during his submission. The lead prosecution counsel, Yusuf Isaac say, been submit say the no case submission where the defense don't submit, not for be regarded. As in say, if an out say they hang pan 2 things them we get for do with the form of the charges them where the defendants they stand and the evidence where the prosecution be present to the court. It also been cite sections 49 1 and 2 of the Criminal Procedure Act of 2024 and talk say the defense counsel for don't point out waiting the prosecution no falla we get for do with the law. It also been talk say because the country be don't pull the death penalty, it make them automatically illegal for make them kill anybody regardless of the circumstance. This matter will still dey carry on, don't draw serious and plenty public attention, but Magistrate Mustapha Ibrahim Tawa don't adjourn this matter to 31st March 2026 when talk say the court go get for decide on this case on that date day.
So you see, the thing is that you continuously no grant this person bail. You hold them pretty much throughout the entire Ramadan, even though you know was a very practicing Muslim. Not because she's a practicing Muslim, I'm saying she should have been set free. I'm not confused waiting at the same so. I'm saying the matter for which, or the crime for which, allegedly, she's been accused of, are those crimes that warrant her constant detention in prison? We need to look at what the Constitution say. The thing here is that with the Zainab Sheriff case, when you continuously look into them, you cannot help but now strongly be convinced that the court don't make them a political case. A political case. Because you say na the state you dey defend. The person at the state or the person where you claim for, where you say he allegedly, attack. You not get substantiating evidence for validate, fully say, now this is say, but this particular individual. And this particular individual not ever make a litigation against this person. This particular individual not ever make a litigation against this person. So who exactly and for whom exactly and for what exactly are you prosecuting? Before they ask some of them questions, I answer. Something we're supposed for not adjudicated upon within weeks, if anything, in a week. Say, okay, you drag and take 2 weeks. Now you don't go so now, say, you don't go over a month. Why do we continuously do this to ourselves and our people? And then when karma eats us in the parts where we least expect, we want the same very people the way una don't offend. The same very people the way una don't hurt. When una been there in position for make sure say righteousness is observed, for make sure say justice is fair and equitable, for make them same people and they come to uno defense, for make them same people and they come and plead mercy for una. The constant adjournment of this case, adjourn and 2 days here, adjourn and 3 days here, adjourn and 3 days here, adjourn and 1 week here, adjourn and 4. Is it necessary? Is it worth it? Is it just? Is it fair? Because the person where una dey talk about na person where history has shown that no matter what, na inside in country e dey. She strongly believes that there is no other place for her to live but in Sierra Leone. And so all of her businesses, all of her endeavors, all of her activities, all reside within Sierra Leone. Now that kind person dey, na una go deem, and that kind person dey, now una go deem a flight risk. In Pikin there, the one where born or the one that way not born or they all dey salon. The one that way they pay school fee for, the one that way just they help with stipend or they whole day salon. In investments there, in host there, in motorcar them, so let us see collateral, they all dey inside salon. Why make we not go use time and exercise fairness to people them when we dey in position of power? You see, the thing is that Sierra Leoneans them, especially the one that way get the privilege or have been opportune to be given the privilege for they in position of power. They not can take time for sit down read history and foresee those who have abused power in the past, those who have made mockery of power and don't spat on power, the repercussions them. You see, sometimes the karma not they happen to you directly, or it not they happen to you self way do the act. If we sit down and we look at Salone history of itself, we are sure, I can categorically say, right, with the 3 percentage points, right, of inference plus or minus, right, say that people them where they abuse power, people them way wicked to then come in Solomon for no just reason, for no just cause. The aftermath of that wickedness day, not open themselves again for them power. There are few that will catch it on the way. But the aftermath always they go down to the generation them. So how long would you want to live a life where the legacy that you create, what will be left of it, becomes stain? Nothing no go there for show of because you generation them as they continue along, there will be stains on them. Why we want for put with families them we love, the people that we claim we love in them type of situations then they. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's just. Zainab Sheriff to date has shown bravery. She has shown tenaciousness, bravery to the highest degree. But she's a woman. She's a woman aspiring to be in politics, aspiring to take on, to be in the political limelight. You say you get the Gawe, the Gawe, act. Men say much more ridiculous things. Men utter much more threatening and vile stuff than wetin Zainab Sheriff say. But yet we not see them people and they be detained for months. We not see them people and they be accused of this, that, and the other, and their rights being trampled on, being paraded every 2-3 days, adjournment here and there. We have not seen that. And so make you always say, if it's good for the goose, why not for good for the ganders? If this not something where una don't use for do, and we don't see say na something una don't use for, then this would not have come as a surprise. But the application of the law appears as though it is only applicable to people that are not in alignment with your policies, your frameworks, your thoughts, and ideologies. Is that how democracy rolls? Is that how democracy works? But you see, even as I move on from this, I go into the next topic where now the stalemate between the APC and the SLPP. A fundamental thing where this one so show, even in all of this, is that forgetting the fact that say we population very highly illiterate. Even the one themselves, some of them will say then go university, then get college, then get first class, then get second. If they construct English for you, if they write down for you, they say Subu wanna lie, na lie. You go ask the outside and go school, who taught you English? Who allowed you to enter and sat on the seats of an institution called university? We education system bad. We education system need correction. The way we teach, the way we apply, it need correction. And so to that end, you go find out, say, even the very constitution that governs the nation right now, not to everybody sabi interpret that constitution day. And that is what is even at the center of this entire turmoil. Because even within, from the judiciary to the parliament to the normal person to the administrative, there are huge confusion, huge misinterpretation of the constitution. There isn't a single, and this is something where really from the law school, it starts from the law school itself, because when they teach them people there so that comes out to be future lawyers, future judges, future magistrates, so on and so forth. If waiting they teach them from the departure, not unified, not teach them the same thing all across board, and ensure say they get the same understanding and the application of what is prescribed, so that when it is called upon them, they can be able to ascribe. Problem dey inside. Serious problem dey inside. To date, na very few practicing lawyer inside salon. Me don sit down, I don listen to. Where when then they talk, you dey know for say these men or these women have taken their time, not only to understand point A, but for understand point A, B, C in conjunction to point A, and how it align to point D over yonder, and how maybe they connect or disconnect. Very few lawyers in Sierra Leone have taken the time to do so. Very few lawyers I don't sit down, I don't listen to. Boku of them I don't listen to, but very few I can say when they articulate, you can tell say they not only sit down, go read that law book, but when they read that law book, they knowing that the constitution of the land for which they are about to enter practice is the most supreme law of the land, then take them time and come and back and front, understanding the gaps and lacunas, understanding the complementaries within that prescribed book. Few of them. And because I no go want to make them say Matilda this, that, I no go call some of the name denier. But very few of them inside that country there. And this is why within a junction way, there are misinterpretation. There are arguments, constant arguments about what the law says. Now, other countries, them people and they take them and make sure say they learn them lawyers, them learn about them constitution. Law 101. You read for understand first the operative of the land. Because now by that operative of the land, then every other thing flow from. So if that very operative of that land, you don't understand them in total for what it is. You don't understand back and forth, left, right, and center. And that you where they argue no more. Now subsection 1, section 2, now no more you sabi argue. You forget say subsection 3, section 5 say this. And as a result of subsection 4, section 6, because subsection 4, section 6 say this, you get to come back to subsection 1, section 2 and see how it complements or how it deviates. And I can take una time for do that one. And I can just hang up no more on subsection 1, section 2. Forgetting that subsection 1, section 2 is just but a part it is not the whole. It's just but a part, but it is not the whole. And this is why you will find people like Alpha Khan, a very senior state political man. They come and they fumble and they say things that we know even remotely agreeable to what is prescribed. Because everybody now wants a lawyer. Everybody now interpret, understand the prescribe and therefore think they can ascribe. We have to go back to ground zero. We have to go back to the point of departure. Una they do constitutional amendment where the very constitution that exists right now, una not even understand them. Una not even understand them. What is actually right now in place, very few people can sit down and constructively, argumentatively present it for what it is in the manner it ought to be presented. %90 or more of them, they don't understand, don't know what rights na that constitution dey. And this is why someone like Sylvia Blyden can go and represent herself against the state and win the state, because even the state where she don't say that they represent the state, they don't understand waiting them in the read. And that is why somebody who had never gone to law school, who only went to medical school, practiced journalism, but has taken the time to understand what is prescribed, was able to ascribe. And not only one grain of, but who don't they don't go, they don't win the case like that. You know what the difference is? The difference is because those people took their time to understand the prescribed law. And where they were not going to sit back and have anybody ascribe something to them that wasn't prescribed. And then they are the thing. And that make every time na so, whenever opportune, I can say, una go back and read una constitution. Understand the Sierra Leone constitution for what it is right now. Yes, it's not the most perfect book, but it is a book that has a lot in it. And if only we true to we self, a lot of the things that we argue about, we're not supposed to argue about them. If only we are true to what is prescribed, a lot of the things that we argue about, we're not supposed to argue about them. But because we think say we are smart, we have arrived, we think to say now there is a different way for interpret and or shall, right, and which, right, or will, or should. Now that they mix up box up boku people. The and the or will be there, but the important thing is that where is the comma? The and, I'm not denying no, the and the or is there. But the important thing where boku of una ki miss and where I don't see say boku of una they miss is where is that comma? Where was the comma placed? Was it placed before the and? Was it placed after the and? Was it placed before the or? And what follows after? Now that's their fundamentals, then I'm bokuno, they take time for understand, because once you understand that fundamental, then in the formation of the English language, a lot of this, no. No, now. Now sit down, now they had to aid them for nothing. Now they had to aid them for nothing with una big invented grammars them. But the basic things that you ought to go to and understand, you don't do it. You don't do it. Make I take a break, make I acknowledge the viewers them. And then we go can listen to some audios them. I think I don't lay, as for me or Matilda, I've laid my foundation. For any other argument that would present itself, I've laid my foundation. People can feel what they want for feel, then can point accusatory finger here, then can point accusatory finger yonder, then can do this, then can blame the APC, then can blame the SLPP, then can blame the entire institution put together. But at the end of the day, the fundamental question remains: do we understand our constitution and its application as is right now? Have we been subservient to the prescribed and ascribed law of that constitution? I rest my case. I rest my case. Albert Lansana, they say, our very own Sister Matilda Cole, good evening to you. Oh, and welcome back after a long time away. Make man get in hot tea and listen to today's vibes. Okay, I hear you. It go on then to say, good evening, brothers and sisters. And same person go to say we miss you. And who is this now? There's someone that is saying, may God help. I don't get the name of this person. But someone definitely saying, may God help we. May God help we. May God help we. And then Mohammed Koma. Matilda, good evening. How are you? I'm doing fine, my dear. I'm doing fine. And Mohammed Koma goes to say, anyways, Matilda, the way you are analyzing this topic is really in place. I really appreciate you trust. Thank you very much, Mohammed. So Robert Cargo, they say the PR system was used in 2023. Why? Because it was misunderstood. It was in the Constitution as an alternative to constituencies, and no war, no epidemic or pandemic in country, but it's forced by the Chief Justice. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Matilda, all what you are analyzing is through this judges and lawyers, including magistrates representing the courtroom, are fools. I don't know that they are fools. I just think that sometimes they deliberately choose to erroneously interpret the law. They are not reading the Constitution, even if they're reading, they don't know. I don't know that they are fools. I think some people deliberate with intentionality choose not to apply the law. Talk about Trump bill. Well, President Trump say he like the name Mother Bill. say in really like that name the Madam Bill so that they don't make rounds. But listen, there are more important things to talk. The only reason we make President Trump they tell them say elect the name Madam Bill now because Salone don't finally agree for accept third country deportees them. That's the only reason why, okay? Let's be honest to ourselves here. But that is either here nor there. The repercussion of that agreement will be felt and seen as time goes on. Right now, everything na jolly, everything na, kumbaya. But for Sierra Leone itself, a very hardship country, okay, Salone war done how many years now? Salone war done how many years now, right? How many decades now we dey talk about where Salone war done? But trust me, as an international development, professional, when they send you to Salone, wetin dem dey give you as part of your package for go work na Salone na like you dey go na a war zone. That is how it's still classified. So that is how hard the country still is. Not to tier 1, not to tier 2, not to tier 3, not to tier 4. Now tier 5, then they put you category hardship. Tier 5 in that ranking, then normally when they send you go na a war-torn country. A war-torn country. How many years have we gone past? But still, when you are being deployed to Sierra Leone as a foreign expatriate, I go ask if their embassy staff them and what have you, expatriate staff them, if they are willing to share, they will tell you that she's not lying. She's not lying. So not to think them and the way for the sweet we at them, not to think them and the way for the glad we had them. That 20 years on, boss in they can't walk in your country. The country is so steep, so stiff that you deployment package still there as though it's in a war zone. Then get codes then where then they give say should anything happen, you they dial this number immediately for immediate evacuation. And when then they can't take you for the immediate evacuation, then get motor car them when I blendaze them. Blendaze mean that they are bulletproof cars that whisk you off. No one for talk something then I so. But those who work in the space, they know say wait here they talk, not to lie, they lie. They are always in preparatory mood. As a matter of fact, then they always tell you say have a suitcase always ready to go. So that suitcase then a suitcase where they touch you. You always pack up the day where you feel say there is something in you dial that number within minutes. So you not get enough time for begin to think. So that's why they always tell you say pack that, have a suitcase ready to go. Why? We for glad but then these are not things we should be happy about. Then and a team way for make my water they run we hide them. But who cares? Who is listening? So long as some man them pocket full, some man they eat chicken and beef, some man they make lavish party, some man they billows, man they buy motor car, some man belly just the big. Who cares, right? Make we turn my attention to some of the exchange we happen Truth Media between Timbo and Tawa. Make we turn my attention to that.
What we're saying is if we've written to the president asking that we want to dialogue, let him also in writing respond to us as the father of the nation, sit with us, hear our grievances, not just as opposition, but as Sierra Leoneans. President Nkrumah used to do this.
Yusuf agree, say the president for reverse this decision of appointing Edmond
The
Alpha?
president, in good faith, get two things we can do. Number one, he can ask Edmond Alpha for they resign. I can tell you, say there are people in the judiciary who do not ask for they resign. Chief justices have been asked to resign. Speaker of Parliament has been asked to resign. We know the story behind the one, then they will resign. These are people whose offices are protected by the sanctity, using their own word, of the Constitution. The president sacked them. Well, they were forced to resign. The president, Adi Macaulay, was anti-corruption boss. He was relieved from his office, even though he gets constitutional protection. The bank governor was relieved from his position as bank governor, even though in time as bank governor not been come to a fraction of time. So then talk here what they talk, like how they say, the Constitution day, the one day where they play with them, that they can do bad. So on the one hand, decently, the president can ask Edmond Alpha for me to resign, or of in your volition, because of all this hue and cry. Say no, but this thing don't talk boku me la left. Wallahi, if na me, I know they take this position. What in big upon this electoral commissioner position? What in big so? What's the thing? Is it just about you attaining the highest office? Or finally, thing don't be on the biggest thing for you with all that dance with the dance? None of this thing for you be that this position where you don't know how you sleep and wake? Where people don't then at that positions where don't left before you and people go for come after you? You can choose to resign yourself, Mr. Sylvester Edmond Alpha. The president, like you know you do before, like how many other presidents, then go and talk about even President Nkrumah using the Constitution for pulling vice president. Now I made them call it Supreme Executive Authority and Supreme Court. We not even give power to that. Imagine man with the vice president. We now two come together. President Nkrumah able pull him. Bo Yusuf, Bo small electoral commission and I able pull this same constitution. We don't left for play with them kind of talk here. Okay. The president can. If he wants to do it, he will do it. Okay. Just like how he pulled the speaker, forced her for the resign. Honorable Abbas Bundu. Honorable Justice Cham, Chief Justice. Justice Edwards, Chief Justice. Like I say, ACC boss Adi Macaulay, etc., etc. They were all removed from office, even though they were constitutionally protected.
This toxicity, as politicians, I want to take responsibility of who side they present, because the people when they talk about supporters, the people now members of the party now they get a message. It's the tone of the politicians and how the politicians present themselves. Now then they follow.
100%, we have to take responsibility. And when you talk about politicians, not all politicians at the highest level no more. We have politicians even in communities. We have leaders even in communities. You get youth leaders, community leaders, chiefs them. They all in them communities there. And they serve in a way they're politicians. Therefore take responsibility for this. The talk where you talk, the thing the way they do. Let not forget now this one salon we get. Maybe a mistake with the APCB make. I'll tell you. Now we will not stick with waiting the president being recommended in Parliament.
Waiting at the recommendation.
I'll tell you. So when he make his speech, he said they set up a committee to be headed by the vice president. When they're ready for do this, then go take somebody with pictures where they get excited by every small thing, even taking pictures with ex-football legends. You get excited about that.
What are you talking about? The chief minister?
I didn't call a name.
Public, you know.
Boy,
if you mention somebody, you need for
when the time reached for this dialogue, a member in a NAC meeting, I was one of the people who stood up for talk for her because the party be insisted and not sit down with the chief minister. I said, no, consider him as chief minister, I don't consider him as a young person. But to this day, I think I regret.
It break its trust?
Absolutely. Most young people with the whole power now in the SLPP, who I had a tremendous hope on, they don't broke me trust. But now we're talking of somebody we every second they call the APC unprogressive, all sort of divisive adjectives they use against a whole political party. Man, we play zero role for the SLPP kind of power. We come today, can benefit from the SLPP. The one Nayad, Jacob Safa and other people that don't sit down and other stations them. They talk about how the people will suffer, not really benefit. You come, you benefit all sort of things. And now you're talking about...
the chief minister is not here. But you don't mention chief minister. He's not here. Let them make
I spoke about defending him when we will not be one time the APC. So the reason why I talk about him, because he's the head of this process. And he's playing with this thing as if it's not a serious thing. He is somebody who is supposed to hold this. But maybe because of his inexperience in administration of government, inexperience with peace processes.
But this is a two-way street. It's not just the chief minister. You get other leadership. Una gets people Una gets Dr. Samoa Kamara, who was leader of this. We've been the push also, electoral justice agenda. Later on, change them and Dr. Maraf come inside, and we don't see back and forth between them. It's not just the chief minister.
All within the APC, they say, now adherence to which we agree to. There's nothing different that we are asking for. Nothing different.
Okay.
But if una they oscillate now, they come off from the una God aside, una begin talk about gentleman's agreement, begin say 100% of everything una for do, una don't do, and now they show sincerity. And this, na in they make the toxicity what they talk about continue.
Okay, so Timbo say a lot, some of which I tend to agree with, some of which I tend not to agree with. Make I begin from the last part. Absolutely, what happened between the APC and the SLPP was not a gentleman's agreement. Let's call a spade and make we begin for talk through. Signing a document, once you don't reach to a document being signed, I'm sorry, this is no longer a gentleman's agreement. And there are precedents that the history of Salone for sure say that they're not a gentleman's agreement. And even if you go within the legal cause, legal luminaries will tell you plain blank, if they want to be honest with themselves, that this is no longer a gentleman's agreement. It has become a binding document, a binding agreement, period. Whether the things that we did are things that we agree with, or are things that we feel say superficial or non-superficial, are things that we feel say that we're supposed to pay great attention to or lesser attention to, at the end of the day, the two entities concerned as it comes to the dominance of political systems or political hegemonies in Sierra Leone agreed on something. And that's just the bottom line. Now, any other arguments that anybody wants to present, we can look at it for its merit. But from the baseline, let us agree with something. And I make us say, even with the Constitution, if we not agree on waiting the letters and the words then at the Constitution say, usai then commands then they, how shall should be translated, how which should be translated, how will should be translated, and the applied knowledge and understanding and then forget, then we go continuously get them kind back and forth there. So I hope we all agree on that. Now, to the first interview where you do, you see, I don't say within a cultural, the thing is that sometimes policies, the system, the environment can influence reactions and reactions, them even within professional settings. And sometimes we need to learn how to behave in professional settings. Yeah. We need for learn how to behave in professional setting. If I was the president, that makes some of who can never take on political positions that then country and political positions then weigh worth something. Let me go back to what the allegations that were in the levy on the chief minister. That's not if no one talk to, but if we Sierra Leone and then Sudan, we want really talk to side 2 day for talk. 90% of waiting Timbo say at school. The chief minister has been an antagonist. He has been an antagonist. You know, go sit down, you say you dey negotiate in goodwill, you dey try for bring another side way aggrieve to the middle, for make una come to the middle together, then you continuously they antagonize them because of the virtue of your power and your status of position. Let us call a spade a spade. If you go to another Monday in Twitter account, now all kind antagonizing message and FTI message then in the day. You go to a Facebook page antagonizing and FTI messages then. You go to groups there, whatever way he did or messages that he puts out. There is nothing that he puts out in a situation and climate like this. You were get that kind of position there, you were supposed to be a bridge builder within ministries, government, and agencies. And now you are the chief principal negotiator for the government between another political party. At the end of the day, make we not forget, APC is a political institution. They self get their own people them. Just like how SLPP gets their own people them. Just like how SLPP feels say they are the favored one or the favorite one. And so APC back gets their own people them. We feel to say they are the favored one and then favorite people them. Right? You know, go no more, you they take out and call them feces, or you go defecate, continuously defecate. Now somebody in Frontier, now somebody in Domot, they not expect for say, Tengo can wait that person, they go use their defecation, then they dry and find one for you, wait for you where you can crack matches for you. Now create a talk. You know, continuously they defecate na somebody in Frontier, and then you feel say, Teno go can wait that person they go use them defecation, then they get that and dry and fine for you and decide for light matches na you be in. Let us call a spade a spade. The chief minister has not aided the conversation. If Usai we want for talk to, make we talk to. He has been antagonizing. In messages, the way he can put out, those are not messages of unity. Those are not messages of collaboration. Those are messages of mockery. So we can see, don't know more quick, we don't quick for go point and APC are not doing this, they are disingenuous, they are this, they are that. But have you taken a step back to look at what is emitting from the other side? Have you taken a step back for see really genuinely what is emitting? Forget but then kakatua them. Forget but the vuvuzela then comments them. Because me, I not pay attention to the kakatuas and the vuvuzelas. I pay attention to what in the principal players then they put out and what in the principal players then they say. Those are the people I pay attention to. When me go on my Twitter page, I don't care for who that they talk. I they go look at waiting the opposition leader in parliament they say. I they go look at waiting the speaker of parliament they say. I go look at waiting the SLPP leader in parliament they say. I they look at waiting the president they say. And they look at waiting the chief negotiator for the APC political party, they say. And they look at waiting the chief minister, they say. Because for me, the point of departure in even the negotiating process and addressing this thing, it emits from them. I have to see a semblance of collaboration, a semblance of downplaying the tonality. Right? I have to see that it is welcoming, it is approachable, right? I need to see that openness there. But if every time your language where you they use na language of divisiveness, na language of antagonism, where do you want these people to come to the table with you? Forget say they are friends. Forget say yes, after it's all said and done, some of these people are friends. But at the end of the day, when me they stand as for me work, make I take me own work for example. When I am out there performing the duties of my job, I have no friends. It don't matter if na me and my best friends sit down they do and together. At that point, we are not friends, we are professionals. When we don't done for dispense the profession of we job then we within the dispensation of the task and duties of our job, yes, we are cordial, yes, we are friendly, yes, we are respectful to each other. But I don't go see me paddy they do bad, and because na me paddy I back 'em. At that moment, it's impossible. I don't go see me paddy they tell me off. When I know for say what they tell me of not justify, not value, then as you don't accept me more, it's impossible. Sometimes we treat these things with so much triviality and so much, yes, I know say we all vex, I know say yes, APC should have gone to court according to what the law say, blah, 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 but they choose not to go to court. Okay, we don't pass that bridge there. We don't pass that bridge of that court. The yes, then get the RF, whatever forms them, where they submit, where the court refuse to look into. That's fine. They don't pass that bridge there, una don't get a signed agreement. Can we go forward and apply? Una see don't they waste international people their money, because it's not even the government of Sierra Leone that is paying for this tripartite committee and all of the work that needs to be done to implement these things. We don't get money for pay. People they sorry for we. Then they take taxpayers their money then other country there for can help una straighten una lives and una policy. Then una see don't they play both skiddy with them. Make we call a spade a spade. These monies are not being donated by some rich tycoon somewhere in the United States or some rich tycoon in Europe. No, now the taxpayers of the United States, the taxpayers of Canada, the taxpayers of countries in the EU, now them penny them, where they're supposed for the work, then they cut helleba tax them and the money then where then they work, and governments them they use them money then they for go straight in things now. Other countries the way una don't mess up because you people did not have your priorities straight. Then una de waste people and time, people them precious money. Then do you know what it is to work for $1 in this country in this cold in minus 40 degree weather? Do you know what it is to wake up in the morning, start hitting your car and driving on a highway? Driving on a highway, sometimes 40-50 minutes for go, you stuck in traffic, stuck in snow. Sometimes snowstorm, they blow you, you can barely see even half centimeters before you. People and they work so hard for the money they are. Now, then the governments then they cut back. They send for una for make them do something right now. As you don't they play but kiddie with people the money them. What sort of insolence? What sort of insolence? Una not appreciate people the interventions them at all. Una not appreciate because una feel to say when it's at the brink, somebody will come to your head and rescue and put you guys at the table and say dialogue. But that dialogue comes at an expense because the country cannot carry its own financial weight. So yes, I don't see these things in the way other people analyze them. I see it completely differently. I do not see it only, the repercussion of the ground. I see it also internationally because the diasporans are the one who pearled in that country. I'm not going to respect people that labor small. She don't know more every day, just they lambast the opposition. She don't know more, just they give all kind of frivolous remark. How is that encouraging? How is that moving people closer to the table for negotiations and collaboration? You think by debasing them, that will encourage them to come to the table to talk with you? No. No, now. Make we be realistic. And as for me, like I say, now that makes some of who no will ever get position worthy of trust na then country then they. Because we will change things radically and drastically. Because if I were the president, you see something hot, then are gone, so you don't go ahead, you don't go nominate these people, despite every caution where they don't give you. You say you are exercising the will of the Constitution. Okay, argument not the inside. But the very person where you nominate, after he so-called cleared parliament without the presence of the opposition, make we talk through who side the diasporans them, especially. Me know they talk now about Salone. I know they talk now about Salone because when it comes to Salone, professionalism and ethics and professionalism is something that is highly questionable. But make we can't now where they overseas, where they work overseas. First of all, if there were such contraventions, short objection against your nomination, and I know for say 110, that nomination process they cease immediately, then they start afresh. You guys know that. But that's not what happened. They went ahead and they carried on with passing this man across. You know, feel to say that the country the way we did, that man they come out, he can't dance na treat. The way he dance na treat, so he would have held his job in the next second that comes. Because basically what you have demonstrated, you are demonstrating in the face of the opposition that you do not care. Whatever their sentiment may be, whatever their queries or qualms may be, you do not care what you people want to apply or whatever agenda you have set. It is in motion, it is in will, regardless of the feelings or sentiments of these people. Are they not Sierra Leonean? Are they not entitled to also voice their opinion and frustrations? Are they not entitled to say, we say no to this? And if they have said no to this, for what reason? You as a professional, you will say you hold the highest office of civic participation. The highest office of civic participation at the land when I'm voting. Tell me something about voting. I currently work at Elections Canada. The institution are the one in Canada where they run the federal election inside Canada, where they run the referendum inside Canada, where they run local elections there inside Canada. So what are you trying to tell me? Do you think in my position as manager of communications inside the chief electoral office, me, Matilda, go sit down, display that kind of rubbish there, and I will hold my job the next seconds to come? Make we they call a spade, and make we they call people then to questions and to bear in when they have fumbled and when they have acted irresponsibly. The man acted completely irresponsibly. And if me na the president, that alone na a warrant for say, na me been put you, but at this junction where volcano they blaze so, na me been say, but I not say again. And to that point, to Timbo's point, even though he puts it in another argument, but for me, that single act there to Timbo's point, the president should have recalled that. He should have. Because that man not demonstrate any form of professionalism whatsoever following in waiting and calling a parliament. Now there's small little foxes there, so where we knocking leg for pay attention to. There's small little foxes there where we knocking leg for pay attention to. And then they always add up and build up and build up and build up and build up. And when people speak, you say they are wrong to speak. But when the foxes were showing its head, you know, refuse to acknowledge, say there is a fox around. And I refuse. So what do you people want? What is it that you want? Do you think that was a demonstration of professionalism? She done the dance now. One whole electoral commissioner, head of the election, the singular most patriotic act, which is your voting, civic responsibility. Ebo, we make we be true to ourselves. Make we be true to ourselves. Is that how it is done? Now, work there also on a whole big positions then at different parts of the world. Is that how you do it? And if you dare do such, given the rules and regulation, you for still hold your position? So it is okay for us to abide by the rules and regulation where we dey obey, but it is not okay for we to abide by the rules and regulation because now we countries them. How do we advance? How do we move forward? How do we progress? Make we listen to waiting Tawa get for say.
There is something behind the APC withdrawing. It's not just about Edmond Alpha. You think it about the constitutional amendment?
100%. The APC Edmond Alpha na the pawn of the game. You know say it's not possible, and it's never possible. Let's be factual. It's never possible. It is for the president asking for resign. It's not the president power. There are provisions in the constitution way for make a reach another decision in the commissioner. There are reasons for resignation or vacancy existing in the office of the electoral commission or the chief electoral commissioner. Non-parallel and no happen, so it's not possible. So they use Edmond Alpha is just a pawn in the game. The bigger picture now that the APC don't want to take part in the constitutional review process, and this is a process with some party recommendation the ODD they are taken from the white paper where the APC-led government put out. So the only way we will make any change in them. Now for let we all sit down and do them together as a unit, work together as a country. Because who they under the country they under, so we are elected by people. Although say the people don't elect and they elect APC, but the point now that it doesn't matter whether they gazette your name. Well, they gazette your name for a particular position, and the people voted through that means, and you end up be the beneficiary of that particular decision, you are elected by them.
As leader of parliament, you think say una get any role, you know, for engage una colleagues on the other side for resolve this issue, for intervene and resolve them?
I will tell you as leader of parliament for the first term that we don't, in the past, we don't reach out, we don't talk about this particular one. We will not discuss anything because they did not tell us.
Officially?
They did not tell us officially that they are going. You married, you have in a house. Or when I know see a border, you border parking close, a come and not tell you. You go call a girlfriend and it? I will not. I will not.
For the love of you,
no,
family,
I will not.
You know.
I will not. The prodigal son say we go now, it would block and I come back. Papa no go for now. That's the Bible. Papa no go for now. The prodigal always say we want to want. Papa again, he go take all thing done. Nobody, Papa no go for now, I come for himself. So the point is, if we bother the way we go, do not tell me. If they come back, we embrace them. They are brother. They are brothers. We'll continue to live in harmony, in peace, and we'll move along, go forward. But if we not come, we need to go further.
There is something behind the APC withdrawing. It's not just about Edmond Alpha. You think it about the constitutional amendment?
100%. The APC Edmond Alpha na the pawn of the game. You know say it's not possible, and it's never possible. Let's be factual. It's never possible. It is for the president asking for resign. It's not the president power.
Okay, so you see, Nadentia so anokin lek. For me, I need our politicians to be honest when they approach conversations then. Because for me, when you approach conversations with honesty, then I have the possibility, they give me now the possibility for back waiting you they say. Waiting Tawa say right now, Nayaso, if me, Matilda, see the APC press release, we say, then go boycott. If I see the interview from Abu Cabo, we confirm say, then they boycott. If I see the interview from the public relation officer, Tunis, we confirm again say, then they boycott. Abba, Tawa. Which one now they can't talk but say they not inform una. And that when, if you brought an host left, they go away, come on at it. Ah, Tawa, me, I want to see they make you left host and then make you not go fair. Now, me, I want to see they. I really want for see the who say you left host midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., they call him phone. Then you say, I see I sit down, so I don't care. Who say go? Where ready go come back? Make we left there in, disingenuous. Now all them things. So again, I keep talking about the little foxes. Now all them things so now the little foxes. So if we go now, we peruse and see all the pre-warning where the other side don't give una. And then now, you as somebody where they right in the thick of things. You see, though you talk something like that, how you think say, then go on for can sit down at table with una and talk. Where the point of departure already is faulty. How you not feel say then go on can sit down at table and talk with una when the point of departure is already faulty? We need for the correct some of their narrative they are and the way we approach our reasoning and logic and the way how we they present them. Yes, they are your brothers. When they come, you will embrace them. But before they come, you cannot use threatening language and antagonism and things to say because of that, then go surrender. No, now. Some of them politicians, they honestly they need for go to negotiating and mediating schools then. They really need for be taught the art of negotiation and mediating. The act of dealing with difficult people. Like me, so as a result of jobs that I don't hold, every time I have to recertify myself in 3 things. Managing people and dealing with difficult behaviors. Because there's a way you approach it. Mediating and negotiating, facilitation is something also that I have to constantly recertify myself in. Because there is an art to it. Sometimes not because you then are the right, means say you for do any kind of thing because it's your right. You get to apply tact to certain things. Not because it is not your right. Not because you are not right in what you are saying. But sometimes for everyone for get along, for live, and for things to go along and move quietly, sometimes you have to apply diplomacy. You get to apply diplomacy. They bring Bible talking about the prodigal son and this and that and that. Is this the same situation? If you want to compare apples, let's compare apples to apples. If you want to compare oranges, let's compare apples and oranges. We know for put ourselves in situations where we constantly they inflame, we they inject flame instead of make we send water for calm the fire down. We need for learn the art of sending water for calm the fire down. And that is a strength that very few Sierra Leoneans have honed. You see, Abbas Bundu, he getting ghetto, he getting balo, he getting whatever, but there is something about him is that he knew when to step back and calm the fire down. He knew it. He knew where, he understood when Usai, this water don't pass Gary. We need for add more Gary inside, not to water we for continue for add. We need for add Gary inside for balance the equation. He knew that. And this is something these young politicians have not developed. It is an art that they have not developed. It is a skill set that they are very much missing. And if you want to go far, whether be it in the private sector or in government, this is not an art, not a skill set where you suppose for master. You supposed to master that. Una they take on a turn and so, una take on a make and so, una take on a turn and so, una take on. Stop playing with the emotions of people. Because me, Matilda, I am only loyal to the green, white, and blue. But I am cognizant of the fact that there are those who are loyal to the green, white, and green, and to the red, white, and red, before they even remember saying that the green, white, and the existence of the green, white, and blue, now afford than that. So the loyalty now first and primarily, even before the God self will make them first, now to the red and white. And to the green, white, and green. Now to the palm trio. So when we are talking, we also have to remember that there are those that even before the God will make them, God and this and Salone, the land, then they play toss up about who that for take second and third position. The first position at the party. Make we be careful. Diplomacy, being tactful, measuring your words does not take anything away from your status. The thing is that una can so status conscious that sometimes now they beat gone. Now they say things that we no right for say. Let me take a break and go back to some of the comments them where we don't receive. Because today una no one call. So because I take break, make what account and not supposed for call. Una supposed for call. This thing now we all own. I don't tell you the way where the world they go. The onus is upon us, excuse me, for make sure so we accommodate better. By hook or by crook. We look at Ghana with all the projects and developments the way they go on at Ghana. Let me shock you people. Diaspora and remittance to Ghana in 2025 was $7 billion. I don't say million. Diaspora remittances to Ghana in 2025 was $7 billion. $7 billion. Yes, I know for say some people who can say, oh, their population is much greater than ours. But put them Think about that. Because they make sure say they make a space and continue for make a space wherein their people in the diaspora feel part and parcel of what is going on. They feel they have a say, they feel they are partners in the development of their nation. Whether you be a critic or an analyst or whatever, they feel involved, they feel welcome. They don't feel the way they don't talk now tomorrow, way then go somebody go baps them under a fictitious something, lock them at jail for 3 months, waste their time, and then release them. They are free to echo. They are free to dialogue. They are free to voice out. Now Ghana, we see massive protests. During the election, during the last election, we see massive protests. What else we see policemen them guard the protesters them when then they protest. Guard them from left, from one side to the were guarded by the police. Nobody come. No one was harmed, no one was whatever. But if na Salone now, ajigibote. Let's pick it back up from where we left off. I think the last person in comments where I read I think Nabi Mohammed Koma. Was it? I read Roberts. Okay, no, now Roberts in comments now for take up with. So Roberts in comment we say the US is deporting not only Sierra Leoneans but others of different nationalities. Absolutely, I agree with you and I know that. But what I say is that Salone don't accept on a $1.5 million assistance. $1.5 million assistance for take third-party deportees, and third-party deportees obviously now people then are nationals them from other countries that we not to Sierra Leoneans them for house them and then repatriate them to the different countries them. Yeah, so I'm like Trump saying I love that name Madabio. I'm like, it may be as a result of Sierra Leone finally saying, yes, I will take the deportees. 1.5 million. Robert go on to say, was it Robert? No, Rashid Bubakar says, Senge does not deserve the position he has. He is so disrespectful and arrogant, but it seems as if his master is enjoying his tantrums. I know the inside politics. I don't know. Make I take this call. Caller, waiting on your name and also you call from.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Waiting on your name and also you call from.
My name Mr. Sanko. I call from Sierra Leone.
Please go ahead.
Well, actually, I'll just go into a page now. I'll just see the political deadlock in Salone. Actually, we call. Hello?
Yes, go ahead and listen. We listen you.
Yeah, what I say is we people no do fine for court parliament. Because the reason is there is a law in this country. Probably expect say at least the same way we appoint Edmond Alpha, would they be reject him, which therefore we don't do. But we don't go into the interview and put the case across. From there, then go to the will of parliament, then debate. From there, which therefore do, if they approve the man, then go to Supreme Court. If they go to Supreme Court, if they fail for idea their own voice now, let them realize, then go for take that action there. But then they take the action, like say, law not in the country. So me, they just the advice for peace and stability in our region. Yeah, let all man go back and work. 2028, enough again. We, the APC, will come together. We form a formidable team for campaign and canvass the people and ready for 2028. I put them on get this idea.
Okay, thank you very much, Kola. The people and don't hear your contribution and hear what you get for say, and I hope say the politicians them will go listen to this show themselves go hear what you get for say and go take in good faith. So I'll go back to reading some of the comments from the viewers then. I think the next comment comes from Mohammed Kuruma. We say, yeah, Matilda, I really like you and all what you are saying in the place. Continue to, I believe he meant to say, in this place, continue to maintain this platform. Well, the brother will try. Small, as God gives us strength, right? And then Timbuktu, they say by vice of the illegitimate power, not virtue of his power. I mean, at the end of the day, comme ci, comme ça, I think we have to move on with that and face what's in front of us, whether it's legitimate or illegitimate at this point. The man has been ruling for over 2 years, going on close to 3 now, or going on 2.5. So how about we let bygones be, but let's respect what is there. Mohammed Koma goes on to say, Matilda, you are really hitting the nail on the head at the right places. And then Timbuktu goes on to say, I think he meant to say it was definitely the right move for APC not to go through the judicial system. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. And Mohammed Koma goes on to say, oh, Matilda, may Allah continue to guide and bless you. And then we have G something anyways, that goes on to say, how do you feel about Christiana Top urging SLPP supporters to head to the police in contrast to Edmond Alpha sprinted dance? If we do not, I keep for say, if we not learn from we past and we always they go back and point finger, say that person they been do this, so therefore illegitimize waiting this person, yeah, so they do, then we are joking. We are joking. We definitely are joking. How about we just forget about rules and regulations, and how about we just, waiting and can call them states, then they say states with no rules and regulations or policies or whatever. How about we go to that type of state? If we constantly are going to be pointing fingers, say this person do this, so therefore if this person can do this one, so right. Let's say, so about Kagogo, it's the same person that changed 45 to 145 in Falaba during the council re-election. Yes, we know for say there's evidential fact to that. That 45 to 145, we remember when that thing they blow up. We remember how the APC react. Like, that's the thing. You can't I don't tell you that. You can't constantly, you can't defecate by somebody. They expect, say, at some point, that person, they not go take you defecation, dry them, and soak them, and light them for you. Because even defecation, self, they use them cook. So let us just be careful with ourselves and be careful with one another. Say you keep dancing with your words. No, Robert, I'm not dancing with my word. I'm a trained communicator. Forget the fact that I work in international development and stuff, but I'm also a very trained communicator. I got 2 degrees then in communications. So yes, I choose my word very carefully, because when you're in certain spaces, you need for understand the art of words, the art of language, when to use certain words and when not to use certain words. I'm not dancing with my words. As a matter of fact, you of yourself know, say me a person when not they dance around with my words. Right? I know they dance around with me, but just because I choose to use a certain type of vocabulary does not mean I can still not make my point. I can still make my point without, going down the gutters. Absolutely. Timbuktu say, I not go read that comment. They do ya big. Timbuktu do ya big. Not use that kind of colorful language. They do ya big, a big, do ya papa. At the end of the day, remember, whoever this person is, they remain Sierra Leonean. Make we always put down the force and make we always remember that. At the end of the day, there is one thing that binds us. And that common thing that binds us is the fact that we are all Sierra Leonean. No matter if we hold different passports than right now, no matter if we hold different nationalities than that, you always say, I also say, inside that passport, the way you look inside, right? When you look inside that passport, it go say country of origin. That country of origin, not to the US, not to England, not to Spain, not to Australia. It remains Sierra Leone. So do ya, my brother, no matter what, how vexed we are, how upset we might be, how disappointed we might be, that person still remain your brother and your sister from the same land. Yeah. So Mohamed Koroma goes on to say, Matilda, the president appoint Charles Magai as Chief Justice. Within a month, he removed him. Why did he do that? The Charles Magai thing, I think we're still shrouded in mystery. He has refused to speak about it. Some of us have our suspicions about what happened, but for me, as somebody where they respect people and privacy, and when you are a professional, unless there is grave harm and danger, then you are obligated by virtue of your profession and your roles and responsibility for speak up. Because at that point, you are speaking to save a life. Anything outside of that, if the person not come out and talk about them, you not get the right to ever talk about them. So until Francis Magai decide for give that interview where we all done the wait for the past 7 years now, until he decide for give that interview, then talk but really truly waiting happen. We all remain mute on all of our suspicions, even confirmation thereof, maybe, perhaps, we all remain mute. Yeah. Charles Samuels, they say Sierra Leone is a crime scene, therefore it needs a total overhaul. I don't know about a crime scene. I just think we have very endemic and embedded systems that ought to be overhauled and minds that need recalibration. Albert Lansana, they say, Matilda, so if presidents call you name, not so moral. It all depends on the occasion and the space wherein me name being called. Is it a call that I am proud of, or is it a call that I am displeased of? It all depends. Take it how you want to take it. Another Padzerel music skills or something like that. Some of them are named there one I can compose na God one going on. Says thank you for your analysis on Zainab's case. By 31st, she would have spent 41 days. That is 44% in jail of the prescribed 90 days maximum sentence as provided by the Criminal Procedure Act of 2024. Thanks for that update and that breakdown. And Mohamed Koroma goes on to say, Matilda, how can I get your WhatsApp number, brother. My WhatsApp number na like how you defend gold na kono. You go dig till you tire. You like my platform, so that's fine. As God spares and God's willing, I'm always here every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Work not they always allow me for dinner also, but as much as God allows and time allows, work allows, I always there. So 5 p.m. come to me, another 1 minute late, say 5 p.m. come to Adenaya, so Eastern Standard Time, and we akbala for 2 hours. We say we goodbye and we pray the heavens to protect us, right? Timbuktu say if Bio was legitimate, then he would have been inaugurated by now. Abba.
So we say make we drive kush na salon, but we
Okay. Me don't know what's happened, but look like there was a freeze there. Yeah. Okay, so and then sorry, we get a small technical interruption there. And then Robert goes on to say, I was referring to Tawa in Unit Broadcasting TV as dancing with his statement. Okay, statement. Okay, I see what you mean, Robert. Every Saturday, non-stop. Okay, so yes, Albert, they confirm me times every Saturday, non-stop and not for late. Albert, like I say, as God willing and as work allows, right? I need to put food on the table legitimately so that we not go find ourselves in uncompromising situations then. And Mohammed Kuruma goes on to say, Matilda, no problem. Yeah. Me number na like diamond for fame. Trust me, it's a very hard number to find. Because I am here publicly, but I'm a very private person, and anybody will know me go tell you for say she's a very private person. So with people them we don't reach the 7 p.m. mark. We another 10 day we for done. But before we go, I not go close. I don't go left this show without I know replay waiting Kasho been say. Make we listen to waiting Kasho say, and then we can say we goodbyes.
I ask you where we start. I ask you a question. You as a member of the APC, but as somebody we elected by people, we supposedly not go be APC. You concerned about how not going to work will affect service delivery?
I concern because if I not get concerned, I never contest. Because I want for deliver.
So what do you say to those people?
I want for deliver.
We're not so APC. We don't vote for you. What will you tell them?
I want for deliver. But again, I deliver in an atmosphere where we respect. We respect the law. And we they make sure say things don't happen. Now that same election will be vote for me. Wait to it, I will tell you say that elections day, no is actually for that. Okay? Now that the same thing will happen back in 2028. And so if they continue to vote for me, I want to know that I'm not telling something. People in this they talk the truth. When we did so, when we are opposition leader and council here, so what will happen? We na step papa will get. You know step papa is speaking there. We na step papa will get. In fact, the staff will for making them for deliver.
The stuff will make you able to deliver. So at the end of the day, people will say, what people vote for that person for? Except you meet voters the way, understand what's in the happen. So if we say this thing for happen back, because we want to deliver. We want to deliver.
So you agree, say the boycott is affecting service delivery in your council?
It's not only affecting service delivery. It even affects the economy.
And you're concerned about that?
I'm concerned about that. So the concern is simple. Do waiting we say.
That say unless when I meet with President,
no, of course,
Edmond Alpha.
Of course. That is our stance. We don't say president get right for appoint. But the president appoint other person. My mama get right for cook plus us. But cassava leaf and it make mama cook on a soup now. Everybody go eat. They appoint president go still appoint other person. But this man.
So when you tell your mama for cook cassava leaf, you tell your mama say mama may I go school until you change the plus us.
Best mama I go school. until you cook that work make I get drink for go school. Because why the cassava leaf and they get drink.
Okay.
Besides all the laws.
So you give mama ultimatum.
Yes.
So and that is what the FCC is doing.
Because she is my mother. She is my mother.
Yeah, but the president.
I don't give Guinea president.
No, but the president don't show commitment. Say he mentioned in a statement. Now the swearing in ceremony of Edmond Alpha. Say in belief say there's position they played in your part. There's a concern about the appointment of electoral commissioner, and he's ready to dialogue to continue. Is that not a commitment we go make una still work?
President say for the wait for making dialogue for us, because let me tell you there is a trick in that thing there. Yeah, and that's the Richard. Now they don't appoint her. President right for Saka. You understand? But we see that this country, where president come in the office, forcefully then pull at the Macaulay when I'm anti-corruption commissioner. Where you get an entrenched clause where you tell you say if you can't go to parliament, whether it is too tall or whatever. You understand me? We see the former CJ, we see what happened. So it is simple for a president call back say, Paddy, for you want this country in peace. For you want this country in peace, now we can pray for his sake. Now maybe that point.
So should it be what's in the APC wants the president for do, or otherwise he won't get back to us?
We must make president not appoint, but make not appoint Ibrahim Alpha. Ibrahim Alpha don't turn for 049 to 149. Okay. I'm coming.
Chairman, what thing I want to ask is, do you think as politician and as a leader, you think it's prudent for Leona give the president directive on waiting for the...
No, we don't direct president for the...
No, but that is what you're saying.
No, we are asking the president.
But asking the president from saying, if you don't do this, we say not to do this, it's like giving an ultimatum.
You want to take me out of power. You want to take me out of office.
But election okay.
No.
You have a mandate.
Listen, be an election expert, bro.
Yeah, but you get a mandate. You were voted for timeline.
Listen, that's something. The beginning elections, 5 years. They don't announce you say don't win. And the very day the other election for
so is this about politics or is it about service delivery? Okay. So it's not about the economy and service delivery.
Listen now. I will never be a chairman of a council if I'm not elected.
Okay.
Not all that they appoint. These are elections.
Yeah.
You get me? And so the team for Baker win. If I don't begin see, that's Lamana. We are fighting for the country. Bruh, someone they free for talk the truth. We are fighting for Sierra Leone. Look at the economy. I'm glad we don't be in dog cab and expert. We'll talk about that side. Look at the economy of Sierra Leone. Nobody will care. In fact, when you talk, they say the APC.
Okay. The one thing where I want for left the viewers them with, in all fairness and openness, is that as we continue for point fingers on the APC, as we continue for say, they are not being fair to the people, they are not this, they are not that, make we also think about even the councillors then, the head of councils then. We see Usai this week, Usai, a party political chairman, get the bold mind for intervene in council affairs. Again, I continue for tell una about the little foxes. When you don't deal with the little foxes, when the wolf or the lion comes, we cannot cry foul. We all agree say free tongue dirty. We all agree, say, all around Freetown, its environs, whatever outside of Freetown, we all agree, say, there is a lot of work to do. But also, sometimes, like I can say, when we dey talk pan the dog, make we talk pan the bone. If me as an elected person, people in team up in a line, then cast them vote for me. You party chairman, not even the local council, not even the local council minister or local council agent or commissioner or this and that, local council no ever come inside and say nothing, but you party chairman feel say you get the right for dictate and impose on people that will take them time into line. For administer their civic duty and responsibility. What message are you sending? In all of our criticism, and not see usai una don't go back and ask them, say, waiting make from up until now. 1 year later, the councils, they not get them budget. You want cleanliness in the city? Well, guess what? Neither Kasho nor the other councillors them, neither Yvonne no go take in teeth pick dotty at tweets. It takes money to run. Other institutions and they get their money. Yes, they might be falling behind. Few months thereabout. But this now one only applause now when they talk about so where them people they are so them budgets they not get not one single month of them. Now inside April we they go so. So a year and 4 months, then people they are so they without any government money were allotted to them. Yet they have managed to pay their staff and pay some people them and keep up. Have you ever sat down to ask under what circumstances, waiting then they do, whose negotiations then they make, who that then they tap for fill in them gaps then they? Now don't ever sit down and ask them question then they? Or is it just coming and lambasting for lambasting's sake? Sometimes so we the lambast make we take 10 sit down back and reflect on the actions taken by others that has caused a reaction. Now go back and go listen to Kasho interview. All of his staff them are paid. City councils. Una don't ever sit down and ask una say, despite all odds, how has Yvonne managed to do even the little that she's managed to do with somebody where 1 cent not drop na the government account for make it do the work of the people for 1 year and 4 months, but yet people and they travel, people and they go conferences them, people and they make laborious speeches them all over the world, but make we look inside we heart, bo, make we tell ourselves true. Make we look inside we heart them and make we tell ourselves true. If it were you put in that position, would you have stomached it? Would you have tolerated? Would you have withheld the half of what these people have been able to withhold? Would you? Quick for point finger, oh. But no say where they point that one for they point back to you. So that 4 way they point back to you for when a criticism no more no depend we sentence from morning to night. She's the worst mayor ever. He's the worst this ever. He's the that. Instead of making go do this, he sit on they play politics. Instead of make it go do that, you sit down, they play politics. The last time where money no dey for carry them pikin and go na school, the woman guy tell una for say na lenti go lent money for fuel the buses them for put pikin in a school because waiting government no give money. So what? So she's a constant borrower. What is the point of being elected into an office where the things then where you forget, the tools then where you for be given for make you run that office there properly, you are not being given. But despite everything, despite all odds, it dey manage for quiz usable quiz. It dey manage quiz stone for make water come up, but yet una want for make e until in bolia pull blood. Now una go no say don't do something. Now make we left then guy. What you do not want to happen to yourself, what you never wish for your own, or what you never wish for yourself, don't wish it upon others. Our politics has become treacherous. It has become dangerous. And again, I keep telling you, people, about the little foxes. If una not deal with the little foxes then, and una sit down they play both skiddy with people then, and then a Canada, and the word done so. Until next time, may God bless you all. Uno tata.
That is so right, yeah now. What's if they do? What we bother them, they deny. Push on the help, now them body just they try. So foot at them body, they and now they just they cry. Now we bother them foot when they swell, now why? I don't know if not the chemical or what's in them they put. Best not for avoid them, nothing but the suit. Other food and they for it, come up and kush. We say bring this message so you too work for you. On the
Every day we they lost it, man, their life because of good.